class. Welcome to Mid-America Baptist Theological Seminary and the College at Mid-America. This is World History 1, and so I just wanted to give you this introductory video and go over the syllabus with you so you know everything that you need to know in regards to this course. So first off, I want to introduce myself. My name is Zachary Sandiford. I am the instructor for World History 1 here at Mid-America. And I just wanted to share a little bit about me. And the very beginning of the class, there is going to be a forum where you can introduce yourself and tell the class about yourself. So that'll be in Moodle, and that'll be there in the first session. So just a little bit about me. I'm a PhD student here at Mid-America, so that's why it says Mr. Zachary Sandiford, and I'm a doctor. But I'm a PhD student here at Mid-America, and I'm hoping to graduate this coming May, so within a year. And hopefully I will have my doctorate at that time. And as a PhD student, I'm majoring in practical theology, which is preaching, but I also have two minors, church history and missions. So that's me as a PhD student. I do have some responsibilities in regards to teaching. I teach World History 1, World History 2, History of Christianity, and Introduction to Ethics here at the college and seminary. So you may have me for some other classes. But I teach here, and I'm able to teach because I met all the requirements for my PhD teaching. Here at the seminary, I also have another hat that I wear, and that hat is I am the maintenance supervisor here at the seminary, so I'm in charge of the buildings and grounds, and I have a crew that works under me. But I'm in charge of the buildings and grounds and make sure everything is operating right here at Mid-America. In regards to my education, I have a bachelor's degree from the State University of New York, and I majored in modern European history, and I minored in anthropology. Now, when I minored in anthropology, I also considered minoring in art history because I really enjoy art history. And as I was looking at my schedule for my bachelor's degree, I ended up taking more anthropology courses than art history courses. So in the end, I just needed one more anthropology course to have a minor, and based on my schedule, that's what I did. And so I got a minor in anthropology, which has been very beneficial for my career. But I then went on and I got my Master of Divinity degree from Mid-America Northeast Campus. The seminary at that time had a Northeast campus in New York, which, because of the online presence, basically took over that area up there. We ended up closing that facility, which was after I graduated. But that facility closed because most of the students had gone online. So I was there and received my Master of Divinity degree, and then I left there after I graduated, and I went to Long Island, New York, and I pastored a church for 6 years in Long Island. That's when I believe God was leading me to further my education, and so I moved my family to Cordova, Tennessee for my PhD, which was just over 3 years ago, and hopefully I'll graduate coming up here in May of 2022. So in regards to my family, I'm married to my wife. We've been married for 25 years, almost 25 years coming up here, and we have 4 children. One graduated from Mid-America and is now married. We have 2 other children who are current students at Mid-America, and then we adopted a little boy. We got him when he was 3 days old, adopted him at 2.5 years old, and he is now 6 years old. So we are pretty busy. And we'll get to, I'd like to get to know you a little bit more in the forum. You'll be able to explain who you are and what classes you're taking, or what you're doing in life. That'll be in Moodle, just so we can get to know each other a little more. Now, the purpose of this video is to go over the syllabus. So if you print out the syllabus and have it in front of you, that's fine. We're going to merge now here just in a minute into a screen recording of me explaining the syllabus to you. One of the irritating things, especially when I was a bachelor's student, I was at the State University of New York, and some of those classes were quite large, and the professor would come in and hand out the syllabus, or their assistant would hand out the syllabus, and they wouldn't even explain anything. It was just like, it's just up to you to get this stuff done. And I didn't care for that sometimes, and so I make it a point to go over the syllabus, even though it might be kind of long, or this video might be a half hour long or so. It's just so that you know exactly what you need to do for the requirements of World History 1. Some of you may have never taken a college class before, and I'm your first person you're seeing for college, and that's an honor for me. But I just want to make sure that you are all set for what you need to do. So we are now going to merge into going over the syllabus, and then I'll come back and I'll see you after that. Okay, class, this is the syllabus for World History 1, WH4961, and you see the dates of the semester. Fall 2021 is August 18th until December 8th, 2021. So as I had said in the introduction there, that I do not have my PhD yet. I'm hoping to receive that here coming up in May. But my official title is GTA, which means Graduate Teaching Assistant. And that means I am authorized to teach, I'm allowed to teach, but I have to have a professor of record, which in this case is Dr. Mark Thompson. You see my contact information there, my cell number right here, and then my email address. Most communication will be through email. Please use this email address because I also have a PhD student address that I have for Mid-America, but use this one. This is my teacher one, zsandiford@mabts.edu. This is an online class that I'm talking to you through Moodle, so this will be your requirement. Online is a minimum of 3 times per week of logging in. I don't really check that, so it's just up to you to get the work done, because I don't know your schedule. Sometimes your schedule, you might only be able to get online on Fridays and Saturdays or something. I don't know. But it doesn't have to be 3 separate days, but just make sure you're getting all of the work done. I can see who watches the videos, so and that's pretty much what I check. I make sure that the videos are being watched. All right, so here's the course description. This course will include a cursory study of world history from the beginning up to and including the Middle Ages. Students will explore world history through examining political, social, and economic developments of various civilizations, peoples, and religions. The instructor has designed the assignments, lectures, and class discussions to provide a foundation for understanding major civilizations, eras, and persons during the corresponding time period. So again, it's from the beginning until the Middle Ages. World History 2 then picks up at the Reformation and moves to the current time period. So this is just World History 1 from the beginning to the Middle Ages. There's the course objectives. You can read those on your own. Availability, again, is through email mainly. I mean, if you have an emergency, you can shoot me a text. I always I get my text all the time. I have my phone on me all the time, especially since I'm a maintenance supervisor here at the school. I have to have communication with everybody. So just shoot me a text if you have an emergency. Otherwise, shoot me an email. I check that regularly, and I'll get back to you with a question, answer to a question. Disclaimer: the instructor reserves the right to change the content of the syllabus or the class schedule as necessary. That's rare. We do pretty much stay on course. Your textbook is you need to get a copy of this textbook. You can either get it in book form or electronic form, but it's Traditions and Encounters, A Global Perspective on the Past, Volume 1, From the Beginning to 1500 by Bentley. Okay, that's your Bentley. The student is required to complete all of the assigned readings listed in the assignment, daily reading schedule assignments. So they're broken down for you on the schedule here at the bottom of your syllabus. You will report the amount of reading completed. It says on the final exam, but in Moodle, I just have you email me what percentage you have read. So the very last part in session in Moodle, at the end of the semester, I'll ask you for what percentage you read, and you'll have to email me. I read 90% of the reading. If you say 90%, you will get a 90% for your reading grade. If you say 100%, you'll get 100% for the reading grade. If you say I read 25%, you will get 25% for your reading grade. I'm glad you're honest, but we have to read. It's a requirement for this course. Require research paper. You will write one 10-page research paper on a person or event of your choice within the time period from the beginning until the Middle Ages. It has to be approved by me, and it's got to be related to the course content. So again, If you're like fascinated with World War II, you can't write a World War II. It's from the beginning until the Middle Ages. Save your World War II paper for World History 2. The papers are not simply a summary or review of the person or the event. The student will show an evaluation of and provide analysis of the chosen person or event. In other words, you will not simply write about Julius Caesar. Let's say you picked him. You will discuss whether he was a good or a bad leader or general and why. Okay, so it would be something like, I believe Julius Caesar was a great military general. And then you found 5 reasons why he was a great military general, and those 5 reasons are basically your paper. You're proving your thesis with those 5 reasons. For the paper turned in, it must be in Times New Roman 12 font, double-spaced. For all of the formal assignments, the student will write it must be in MLA style, using the MLA handbook, 8th edition. You must have 10 sources. 5 of those sources, so half your sources, 5 of them must be hard copy books. They must be actual books, not electronic or website. So 5 must be books. The other 5 can be websites, can be journals, can be an electronic book or something, an ebook. But 5 must be actual books. If using a website, you must use it from a credible and scholarly website. Do not use Wikipedia, an individual's website, or some blog. Don't use that. If it ends in edu or org, then it's probably a credible site. If you get to .com, it must be a credible .com site, such as nationalgeographic.com or discovery.com or something. But it cannot be wiki or anything like that. It shows your interaction with the sources. It shows how you've researched and received the information for your paper. All students must use Grammarly to proof their paper before turning it in. That's right here. The instructor, if the instructor feels that it was not done, the paper will be returned to you, and you'll receive a penalty of 1 letter grade. Okay, so due dates. Your topic approval due date for your paper is September 14th. And for online, you'll just email me your your topic. For the thesis, outline, and your tentative sources, that's due October 14th. And again, you'll email that to me. And then your research paper is due November 19th by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that's for all students, residential and online. You have to email it to me. And that is in a Word format. Do not send it in PDF, because what I do is I put it in Grammarly to check the score and see what Grammarly has given you. So if your Grammarly score comes up and it's like a 95, okay, I know you ran it through Grammarly. But if it's like a 65, you didn't run it through Grammarly, and it'll be returned to you. Plagiarism, do not do it. Write an original paper. Cite your sources. A plagiarized research paper will be an automatic F in the course. And when I say cite your sources, any direct quote must be cited, MLA style. And then I would also highly recommend that you cite your paragraphs, because for some reason I've received papers in the past that students they write like 6 paragraphs and nothing is cited. And I'm curious, where did that information come from? So you need to cite where your information is from. Don't just think I cite the direct quotes. You have to cite where your information comes from. Okay, so you see the exam dates. There are 4 exams that are non-cumulative for a total of 60% of the grade. Exam 1 is September 7th, Exam 2 is September 30th, Exam 3 is November 9th, and your final exam is December 7th at 8 a.m. The 8 a.m. time is not for online. This is for the residential students. All of your exams will be in Moodle, and you will need the password so your proctor can open it for you. And you will have several days to be able to get with your proctor. So there'll be a time period to get with your proctor, like a window to get with your proctor, and then they'll open the exam for you, and then you'll have the time to take the exam. There's reading assignments, which is 10% of the grade. I've already explained that. You'll just email me at the end of the semester how much of the reading you did. And then you have your 10-page research paper, which is 30% of the grade, so that's 100%. There's your grading scale. Late work, the only late work that is for this that could happen in this class is going to be a research paper. So it's 5 points per day, and that is actual day. It's not just school days. So don't think that if I miss the turn-in day and I turn it in the next Monday that I'm okay for the weekend. No, that's wrong. You will get deducted 5 points for Saturday, 5 points for Sunday, etc. So make sure you get it turned in. Class attendance, not too much issue here for online courses. Online students should log in the course 3 times in a week. I've already explained that. Just make sure you're watching the lectures and getting the reading done and answering a form question if there is a form question. Class conduct, again, we don't have too much problem with that for online students. That's more for residential, but students should exhibit a Christ-like attitude and demeanor at all times. So if you're in a forum with somebody or you're talking about something in a forum and you disagree with somebody, make sure that you are respectful for their opinion. Okay, so here's the course calendar here for us. So August 17th, Founders Days, August 18th, Founders Days, first day of class, syllabus review. So that's kind of like what you're watching right now. And then the first real lecture is what and why of history. And then we just go down through and you start seeing reading assignments. So in the beginning, which is August 24th, that's the residential class, but for the second week, this is your sessions. In the beginning, the first civilization and life in Mesopotamia, Sumer. Here's your reading schedule. Reading Genesis chapter 1 through 11. Reading pages 5 to 23 in your textbook. Reading page 27 to 32 in your textbook. So you see the reading schedule. We just continue on. Mesopotamia, reading schedule. Wrap up with the Phoenicians and Hittites. Exam number 1. Then we get into a couple lectures on Egypt, some reading on Egypt. Research paper topic due. Continuing on, we get into India, we get into China, get into Persia. Again, pay attention to your reading schedule. We have exam number 2. Then we have fall break. Come back from fall break and we get into Greece for looks like 2 weeks here. Okay, so we have the city-states, we have war and empire, golden age, research paper, thesis, outline, and tentative sources due. Golden age, we have the philosophers, decline, Alexander the Great. Okay, wrap up. Then we move into Rome. We have about 2 weeks with Rome. Early years, the Punic Wars, Republic to Empire, expanding empire, the glory of Rome, its decline and legacy, and then the ascent of Christianity ascent during the fall of Rome. So again, we start seeing you see the reading schedule here. Into November, exam 3, November 9th. We have Islam, Muhammad, culture and spread. Okay, just keep on going through here. Middle Ages, rise of nations, nation building, medieval culture, feudalism, chivalry. 10-page research paper due by midnight. This is a Friday, so make sure you get it in by midnight. Thanksgiving holiday. And then we come back from Thanksgiving. We have feudalism again, Crusades, final exam review, and the final exam. Okay, so that's our schedule. Just a note about the exams. A lot of students really stress over exams, especially when we have a lot of information to cover. Don't worry. Every exam I give you a study guide in Moodle. You can print that out. You can answer the questions as you prepare for the exam, and you can study that, and then you'll do fine on the exam. No worries. Here's a selected bibliography in case you want to use any of this stuff for your paper topics or any sources for your paper, but we just kind of go through that real quick. And then here's the rubric for your research paper: presentation of ideas, organization of flow, research support, MLA, style mechanics. And so we look at this this kind of a rubric to get your grade for your paper. You can look at that on your own. Reading signature page. Again, I don't use this page for you guys. although it says History of Christianity, it's supposed to be World History 1, so don't even worry about it. What I want you to do is I want you to email me at the end of the semester. It'll be in Moodle, a reminder, email me what percentage you read. Okay, this one here, this is for in class, a syllabus signature page. What I need you to do is after watching this video, send me an email saying that you received the syllabus and you understand it. Okay, and if you have any questions, just go ahead and email me a question and I'll answer it. Okay, the last thing I need to talk to you about for this syllabus or this introductory video is your proctors. Every online student has to have a proctor so they can take their exams. The proctor form is in Moodle. It's a PDF in the beginning information for this class is the syllabus and the proctor form. Print out the proctor form, have your proctor fill it out, sign it. Please have them place their email address on the proctor form. Okay, have them write their email address on the proctor form. And then get it to me. They can scan it or whatever. Probably the easiest way to do it is just take a picture of the paper and then text me the picture at my cell phone number right here. Just send me a text. Make sure you say who you are in the text, so I know that's your proctor. But that's probably the easiest way. I do need a proctor form and their email so I know who to send the password to for your exams. All right, so I think that's about it for this syllabus. I'll see you in a second. Okay, class, I hope that wasn't too boring for you as we went over the syllabus, but it's good, important information so you know what is going on. One thing I just wanted to show you, this is the textbook that we use. Again, this is a secular textbook. It's not a Christian textbook. So some students have they don't care for that. But I teach from a biblical perspective, a biblical worldview, and so this textbook is your required reading for the class. And then just the last thing I just want to share, we are going to jump into the course next video. So in Moodle it'll say session 2. So click on that video link, and then you'll be able to watch the video. But that will be on the what and the why of history. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful and beneficial. I will see you next time. Take care.